Hey everyone. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something a little bit less specific to the ins and outs of how the gut actually functions and how your food interacts with it and how supplements help. We're going to talk a little bit more about the practicality of even deciding when and how to start your gut health journey. Okay. So questions that often come up for me and for patients and for potential patients and clients who end up actually not starting the work for various reasons. These are some of the things that I hear and some of the things that I've personally experienced. So the idea and the decision to start working on your gut, whatever that means for you. Okay, so that could be through testing, that could be through major overhaul of diet. It could be, I'm just going to try testing out removing milk, whatever it is. The decision to even get to that point happens through a variety of other layers of choices and priorities. So for me, the question has to be, what is the priority for you in your health right now? What is the most important thing that you need to work on right now? It might not be your gut, and that's okay. It might be the gut, and that's awesome too, whatever it is. But my point is that there are so many different things that we need to be able to have space to focus on when it comes to our health and our well being, that not every single one of those priorities gets to be number one all of the time. Okay, so how can you think through this? So, most obviously, you want to be thinking for yourself, okay, what physically ails me? What physically hurts or feels uncomfortable? That's one question to ask. A second question might be emotionally or mentally, what do I feel uncomfortable with? Is it the way that going out to eat makes me feel? Do I feel self-conscious saying yes to plans because I'm afraid of how food might interact with my gut? I'm afraid I might have to run to the bathroom. I'm afraid I might get sick and ruin the time. Is it I feel uncomfortable in my clothes? And is that related to, your overall habits of eating, or is it because you're bloated? Maybe it's something very specific. I really need to focus on getting better sleep because until I can get better sleep, I can't think straight at all to be able to plan the next step. Maybe it's your hormone health. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? Think about what it is that your priority is right now. Get that dealt with, okay? And then you go to the next thing. And each time you kind of tick something off of the list, which is completely never ending. I want you to know you are never going to get to the end of the list. So if you can get that idea out of your head right now, you're going to be setting yourself up all ready for a win. Okay. But every time you check something off your list and you move on to the next thing, you are creating more and more and more space for the next thing to be even more successful, for the next thing to be that much easier for you. Also, I want to add the things that you decide to do for yourself in order to accomplish one priority do not have to stay in place forever as you go on to different priorities. One example, a lot of my clients are on really specific elimination diets. One of the first things I say to them is that your elimination diet is only as good as your reintroduction plan. If you have to stay on this type of elimination diet forever, we're not doing our job. So the point is to do it one thing for a period of time, allow it to make an impact, and then move on doing something different. It also means that as you are switching around priorities, and maybe you don't check a box completely off, but you just decide to put it on the back burner and you move on to the next thing, also fine. But as you're doing this, you're going to have things that are going to cycle in and cycle out of your routines and habits. That's okay too. You don't have to do every single one of the things that you are trying to do well by yourself for every single day for the rest of your life. If you have a huge supplement regimen, maybe that's working for you right now and you feel amazing. If you don't, maybe it's working for you and you feel amazing. And maybe these two people are the same person, just months or years or weeks apart. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are an evolving human being. We are not static. We interact with different things every single day. And I don't care, even if you have the same schedule every single day and you eat the exact same foods every single day, it doesn't matter because no matter what, you're going to have outside influences that are going to be giving information to your body that are going to be different today than they were yesterday than they will be tomorrow. So our needs and our priorities are allowed to shift. So taking it back to our original point is that you are allowed to decide when you are going to start healing your gut. You get to decide if that's a priority that reaches the top of the list and when. I will end with this though. I will end with this. When you decide that you are going to start working on your gut, when you decide, okay, this is the priority, this is my number one need, do it 100%. And that goes for anything. Anytime you are trying to heal something, you are trying to solve something, you are trying to get an answer, you are trying to create a different outcome or a different experience for yourself. Whatever the steps are that you choose to take, whoever it is that you choose to work with, whatever information you choose to bring in and implement, do it 100%. Because otherwise, you are always going to look back and think, oh man, if I would have just given that my all, maybe it actually would have worked. And maybe it wouldn't have. The point, though, is do not put yourself in a position where you have to second guess yourself, where you have to not trust yourself. There's already so much of that built into this process. Don't add any more, okay? So if you're going to start an elimination diet, for example, do it 100%. If you're going to start taking a supplement to see how it impacts you, do it 100% the way that it's supposed to be done. Give yourself a shot. Really take a look at what it is that you are doing and how it's impacting you. And you can't do it halfway because it's really just a different version of what you were already doing that wasn't working. You don't need to do that again. Okay. So think about what it is that physically is causing you the most discomfort or pain, emotionally or mentally is causing you the most discomfort or pain. Decide what your priorities are, tackle them one at a time, do them 100%. Let me know how this resonates with you. Let me know what it is that you're working on, what is at the top of your priority list, and what are some of the things that you have done for yourself that has helped you navigate all of the different layers of our health that seemingly need to happen all at once. What's been helpful for you?